Welcome to Blessed Mess. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Those buttons aren't hard to find. Hey, welcome to Blessed Mess. I wanted to do a kind of a different video. I'm using a different camera, and I just wanted to do a little video about the watchers. You know, on eBay we have watchers. So I think it would be kind of cool to talk a little bit about what are my most watched things right now, and then how I handle those watchers, and how I'm able to promote my listings to watchers. And I'm a big proponent of going ahead and promoting your listings, all of your listings. If you think it's an item that you want to sell, all of your items or things you want to sell, promote it. I've had good success going with promoted listings versus non. I'm usually at like 2% or something on all my promoted items. I don't really bump it up much more than that. But really I wanted to talk about watchers. So for me, currently, now today is July 13th, so in July, these are the things people are watching on, at least on mine. I've got a women's Levi's Strauss denim jacket, looks like a trucker jacket. I've got a vintage Carhartt denim shirt, long sleeve. Got a George Jones autograph photo. It's 8x10, it's signed. I've got a vintage Bionic Woman board game. A teapot that has like a little frog on it. It's made in Japan. It's kind of got the lid and everything. And then I've got a New York Giants mini helmet, but it's like a tape dispenser. And I've already sold one of those, and I've got those watchers on that. Converse, I do a lot of Converse low tops, and I've got Converse double tongues. Then I've got a band called Red Fang. I just found it at a Goodwill, and that's got it's got a few watchers on it. And I usually, and then just to give you an idea, I've got an electronic circuits book. I've got a knit cap from the '84 Olympics that's still got tags on it. And then I've got a book. Then I've got a vintage trucker hat that's from 330th Bomb Group, which is a deactivated bomb group from World War II, but it's from 1993. Those are the only ones. Those are the ones I have. Well, I'll go down a couple more because there's kind of some interesting ones. So the next one is a vintage hot water bottle, and then the next one after that is CIA documents from the Gaza Strip, which I think is pretty cool. I just found it in a big pile of stuff. So those are the ones that I have the most watchers on right now. It's between 8 and 3 watchers on all those. So I usually, if I have a watcher on something, I'm trying like mad to try to give them a good deal and blow out that inventory, because most of my items are going to be, out of those items I just listed, $25, $40, $43, $20, $18, got a $10, that's that mini helmet, $21, $25, $13, $44, $30, $21.95, $21, and $150 for the CIA documents. So the CIA documents are from January 1994. It's really super cool. The maps inside of that document is awesome. Just the maps you can find on eBay that are just reprints of those maps go for $40. And I have the whole book of them. There's like 8 or 10 maps in there for $150. I'm shocked that no one has bought that yet. People that resell those maps, I'm shocked no one has purchased that. So whenever I have a watcher, if I have a watcher and it's for the Carhartt denim shirt, and I will offer those watchers a deal, or I'll lower the price. If I've got 4 or 5 watchers on something, I'll lower the price, and it will spit that information out to those watchers, and somebody will invariably pick it up. So um, whenever I have, um, when you have 8 to 10 watchers on something, you know it's going to sell. I mean, it's not going to hang around very often. Um, More often than not, it's not going to hang around. So um, if I went to my uh, my paid and ship orders just here recently. Now I'm a part-time reseller. I made this past month, past 30 days, I've made $995. Most of the items that I buy are going to be $1 or two or less. I don't normally buy like the CIA documents. I think it's $2. I mean, it was just too good to pass up. So like for books, most of the books that I buy are $1 or less. I buy them in big lots. If there's one particular book that I really want, and there's 15 of them sitting there, I'll just buy all 15 and just lot them up at a yard sale or whatever. I sell a lot of books. I sell a lot of DVDs. Um, but in the last, and I'll put some of these up, right here, just to show you. But in the last month, I've sold just random T-shirts, novelty T-shirts, Converses, um, these little John Deere booklets that are like called a farm management notebook. It's really weird. I picked up like 30 of them. I think it was actually 29 of them in a big stack for $2.99. So I picked up 30 of them for $3. So I've got a dime into each one. So each one of those have been selling for $12.95. Each one of them, because it's just a notebook that you would chart your crops and all that. They're just a little tiny booklet, but it's each year. So it's 1985, 1983, 1984. I have them the 80s, all the way down back to 1959. It was somebody's collection of them, and they just ended up at Goodwill with a rubber band around them. So I've sold each one of those for $12.95. Now I've made some people a good deal if they've offered like, I'm going to buy 6 of them for $10 a piece or $7 a piece. I'm like, sure. If you want to buy 10 books for $70, that's awesome. So I did have one gentleman do that, and it combined shipping, and it saved him money on shipping, and that kind of thing. So I just sold 2 of those to the same gentleman. 1985 John Deere Farm Management Notebook. I sold 2 of them. They're never been written in or anything. They're like new on the inside. Now they're a little rough on the outside, but there's not damage. They're just old. Sold some Larry Mahan men's boots. They're made in Texas, lizard skin boots. I sold some of those. I think I paid $6 for them at a yard sale. I actually bought them for my wife, but they were actually a little big for her. So they're 10.5 men's. I thought that they weren't that big, and the code for Larry Mahan boots is really obscure. So I didn't know what size they were. I just picked them up because they're Larry Mahan's, and I thought, these handmade boots, my wife would like them. So, but they didn't fit her, and I sold those for $70. I think I bought them for $6. Had some mid-century modern wall hangings that are like it's like a plank of wood, and it had like musical instruments on them, but they're like jazz-looking musical instruments from like looks like 1955. Like, and interesting enough, the person that bought them lives in Palm Springs, where there's a lot of mid-century modern stuff. So that was interesting that she bought both of those, and I sold those for $80, and I got them for a couple of bucks at this thrift store here that just has amazing stuff, and I will never tell anybody where it's at because they have the most amazing stuff. Now somebody else, I say that, but Belinda, my friend, told me about the place. We don't buy the same stuff. She does a lot of clothes, and I don't really do that many clothes. If I come across a cool t-shirt, I'll buy it, or usually pearl button denim stuff, I'll buy that, or a pair of boots. But if it's Western wear, or if it's a cool t-shirt, like band t-shirt, I buy that. But and this place has Brooks Brothers and just amazing brands in there, brand new with tags. and she must do really well there because she was like, "Hey, we don't buy the same stuff. You should check this place out." So, thanks, Belinda. That was all. It's awesome. So, um, the and then Snap On Tools T-shirt, um, and I bought a whole bunch of these these little lapel pins that are NFL and Major League Baseball. A bunch of lapel pins like that, a whole bunch of them, and then a bunch of those guys that look like that, but they're actually just keychains. So here's the Arizona Diamondbacks. I know it's backwards, but I bought a bunch of that kind of stuff, and I've been selling those for $12.95 down to $8.50. I have to ship them, so it costs me almost $4 to ship. It's like $3.86 or something, whatever it is. It almost cost me $4 to ship those because they're just thick enough that they don't go first class. Uh, they're just over a quarter of an inch thick, and if they're over a quarter of an inch thick, they can't be sent first class. At least from my post office. Now, I have sent some like that, but my post office is real sketchy about that. They don't like doing that, and they won't even accept them. So I just pack them. I do them free ship. So if I'm selling them for $12.89, then it's $4 off. So I'm making $8.89, and I basically purchased all of those pins, lapel pins, keychains, everything for about 30 cents a piece. I got them in a big bulk buy. Now I think I want to say 94 pins, and they're different things. There's some teams that aren't in there, like Dallas Cowboys or whatever. But I did get a Yankees lapel pin, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, those were really nice, and they're from the early '90s. They're like '91 to '95. I think I got a few that are '96. The NFL ones are '96, but a lot of them are from '95. So, like, it's the Tennessee Oilers instead of the Titans. But I got a watcher on those. I got watchers on that one, and somebody will probably end up buying that. So, um, I got all those listed for $12.89. That's a fantastic thing to look for. Um, so that's an oddball item that I have watchers on. I've sold. The last one of those pewter key fob things I sold was $10.79, and that's awesome. Another thing that I sold that was really awesome was a NASCAR koozie, a little cool can. It was Valvoline, and it was Mark Martin. He's been retired now. He's in the Hall of Fame or whatever. And I picked that up. I don't even know where I got. I think I got that just on a shelf at Goodwill for 59 cents. And I thought and thought, no, I'm not going to buy. So they bought that for $22. And then they paid shipping. No, they paid. Yeah, they bought it for $22, and they paid like $1.50 for shipping, and I sent that out. But it's super light, so it was just like $4. Pretty awesome. That really surprised me that sold. I just put a crazy number on it, and somebody bought it. Also, but anyway, I've been looking more and more at not buying things that are like $10, making me $10. I'm starting to look at things that are only going to make me $20. Now, if I take a hit on it and it just makes $10, that's great. Those keychains and the key fobs and the lapel pins was before I had this epiphany of just $20. But those things move, and they give me sales, and it gives me forward momentum, and I'm packing stuff, and I'm listing things, and people are looking at my store. So I kind of look at it like a loss leader, like a store would look at it. Like if somebody is looking at my you know, the Yankees or Packers or Chiefs or Tampa Bay Buccaneers, maybe they'll look at something else that's NFL related, like a jersey if I have a jersey up, or if I have a portrait or a poster or whatever. I just look at it that way, like, okay, I got those for 30 cents and I can sell them for 10.50, and I gotta ship it and it's gonna cost me 3.50. So, I'm at about $4, and so I make $6. If I sell every single one of those pens, that was awesome. And it's just a matter of me. And if somebody buys one and the more that they buy in that list, if they see those, the more that they buy, then the better for me. I can combine shipping, and I'm not eating the shipping costs. So this is running a little bit long, but I did want to say that look for things that are, if you have watchers, really work that watcher list. If you see it and it's like, make them an offer. If you lose $1 or two, who cares? Most of the time, now if your margins are really close, then I understand. But if your margin is 20 or $25 and you can take a hit of $1 or two, send that thing off and make somebody happy, and you be happy, and you make $20 or $15 or $10, whatever your number is, make it. Like, do the promoted listings. I'm a big proponent of that. Do things that are kind of in the same branding. That's always good. But man, if you look for things that are unique and have a brand, I have another video that just talks about look for brands that work. NFL, that's the most popular sport. So, like, yeah, I'm going to put all these football things on there. Now, I've been busy at work. I'm part-time. Like, I have not had the time to list and to pack and do all of those things. I've just made the time, and I don't let eBay stress me out. My job is stressful enough. So I don't let eBay stress me out. If I feel like I got this thing hanging out there and I need to list it, or I need to do that, like, I just list it. I have probably another 150 items that I could list that I don't have to go out and source, that I've kind of come through this June, July period where I've been able to source quite a bit and get some good stuff, things that are going to make 20, 30, 40, $50. I mean, I've got one thing that could make me thousands of dollars, but I've been sourcing. So whenever the dead period kind of comes after, July and August, and it starts slowing down, yard sales start slowing down, then I have plenty of stuff to list. I have to kind of build my inventory. I'm in a rural area, so I have to kind of build my inventory and then go on. Like, I'm going to Goodwill, and I'm basically doing it for exercise. I'm just walking the store, looking, and if I buy one item, great. I just walked for 15 minutes. I'm kind of hustling through the store, and just doing it that way if that's what I'm going to do. Yard sales, thrift stores, besides Goodwill, is really where I pick up the best bargains. Now, I still go to the Goodwill here, and I'm a regular person there, and I have my categories, and I know what things sell, and I've picked up some really great stuff at that Goodwill. But typically it's in books, it's in art, glassware. My Goodwill doesn't have any electronics, really. I mean, I've never seen a phonograph in there, never. I've never seen a tuner in there. I've never seen a cassette deck in there, ever. 6 years. Never seen any of those things in my Goodwill here. Now, 15 miles up the road, they have all that. So they either share or do whatever. So work your watcher list. That's the main thing that I want to get across to you. Work your watcher list. If you just have 100 items or 50 items, don't be intimidated by the shipping or any of that, you can do it. And if you want to take a part-time job into a full-time job, or you want to take a part-time job into full-time money, eBay is excellent for that. I have found it to be excellent. Now I'm making just about $1,000 a month right now, and it's been on eBay on YouTube. People are like, "Oh, this is the slowest period I ever had." Well, I've done better this past month than I've done ever on eBay, and it's not from selling really really big items. It's from the $40, $50 item, the $10 keychains. So it just depends on that. But I want to encourage you to go out, and if you're reselling, be picky. Try to talk to other resellers. Belinda was an excellent resource for me. She's a reseller. She's been doing it a long time. And she told me a couple of places to go to that I never would have thought of, because they were not that, they weren't exactly perfect. Some of them weren't great for her because she does clothing, but they are really good for mid-century modern stuff, pots and pans, um, tools, knickknacks, albums, the things that I look at. I've done really well. Collector tins, which, I had to kind of learn that game. But talk to other resellers. Um, we're not all trying to cutthroat, in this area like where we are. We're telling each other, oh, this is what was really good. You should look for this. I saw a bunch of, I was telling Belinda, oh, I saw a bunch of Brooks Brothers shirts, and I knew with tags in the plastic at that location you told me about. You need to go check it out. She's like, yeah, I need to go check it out. So, um, but I've done pretty well this past month, but it's mid-century modern, which I've never really delved into mid-century modern, but that's been really good for me. And I started picking up some other mid-century modern pieces that are, real mid-century modern, not Target mid-century modern. I mean, real mid-century modern stuff. Centerpieces, wall hangings, clocks. Um, I even had a vintage IBM Think sign. It's a little wooden sign that says Think on it. It's from got to be from 1960, or 1959, 1960, and that sold for $70, and I bought it for $5 or $6. I think I bought it for $6. That's another $6 thing I bought. Um, at that same place, I wanted to show you this. I think it's just cool. It's I've got this pencil at that same place that I did, and now I've got this, and I realize this is all backwards. But this little pencil box, do you remember these little pencil boxes? I mean, I'm 51, so I remember these little guys. You turn the little wheel, and it says Sweden, and over here it says Stockholm. So you would turn the little wheel. Not very good at this, am I? Turn the little wheel to a country, and United Arab Emirates. United States, it says Washington. Isn't that cool? It's just a pencil box. And I remember having one of these when I was a kid, and it that very it's very 1960s, 70s to have like the United States in black. It's like we know this is for you want to know all the countries and the capitals of the world. But it's old when it's got Yugoslavia. Yeah, it even has Russia, USSR. It has it. Uh, it has it like that. But I just thought that was cool. I found that, and I just like it just to put on the mantle. I just think it's cool looking. I love the maps anyway, so That was really cool. Um, but that's probably 35 bucks. If I wanted to sell that, that's probably $35. Um, I've come across a lot of really interesting stuff. Another thing that I came across was this disco hat with the zipper, made in the USA. I put that button on there. Trust me, I'm a doctor. I thought that was funny. But it's like what's happening, a rerun hat. It's a disco hat. It's got a pocket on this side and a zipper on this side. You can put your house key up there, chilling. I know in the 70s they put other things in that pocket. But uh, yeah, I've been really looking for unique items that I can sell for quite a bit. I think I've got that hat listed for over $100. So the last one that looked just like that sold for $150. So that's kind of amazing to me that you can go into a place, and I'm starting to train my eye to look for more. And it's like, if it doesn't make me $50, I'm not, be real picky like that. If it's not going to make me that much money, I'll do it. So I started looking at being really critical, and if it's something that I just like, I'll buy it anyway. Because then it's like, oh, I'll buy something that I like. So, yeah, work your watcher list. Buy the things that will make you money. Use your eBay app as much as you can. See what else, things that sell. Do a little bit of research. Talk to other resellers. That's the best advice I can give you, is talk to other people, because people are willing to share with you, because there's more than enough stuff out there to sell that you're not going to be like, oh, he got it or I got it. I live in a town of 5,000 people, so it's not like we've got all these resellers, running around. We all could find something, and I was really grateful that I have a friend that does reselling, and we share and talk about all that stuff, and it was a real blessing to have that. I wanted to pray with you guys, and if you will, just I'd like to pray for you. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything you've given us. Thank you for the people that are listening to this, and they can know that you love them and you want to have a relationship with them. Lord, you've brought us through so much, and help us to draw closer to you, to open the Bible, read your word, and be able to understand. And if there's anybody that's listening to this that you don't have a relationship with Jesus, you don't have that personal relationship with God, that you can go to him at any time through prayer. If you don't have that, Lord, just give them the strength and the ability to reach out to me or a friend or someone to learn more about you. And Lord, you're always there for us. You're never against us. You're always for us. In Jesus Christ I pray. Amen. And I wanted to let you know that no matter where you are in the world, no matter what you're doing, we're praying for you here in Kentucky. God bless.